If you are suffering from those seasonal allergies and have experienced itching and burning in your mouth or on your lips after eating certain foods, you may have oral allergy syndrome.
Registered dietitian Lori Meyer joins us live this afternoon. Oh, what is this?
Yeah.
I mean, a reaction to food, but not...
Well, it's not a true allergy,
Okay.
first of all. Oral allergy syndrome actually occurs in people, 70% of people who have pollen allergies. And what happens is the protein in fruits and vegetables and nuts and some other foods, very similar to the proteins in pollen. And so there's a cross-reactivity, and so the body kind of misinterprets. And so when you eat some of these foods, if you have that particular allergy, you may end up having symptoms. Normally, it's called oral allergy syndrome because it affects usually the oral cavity, the lips, the mouth, the tongue, the throat. Occasionally, about 9% of people, it actually affects the GI tract, so they might get nausea, vomiting, a little stomach ache. And only 2%, it can become anaphylactic. So very, very rare, but occasionally we do have some people that are very severe.
And could it happen because of a combination of these foods, or is it usually just one that will trigger it?
It could be any of them, or it could be a couple of them. And I have a graphic, so we can take a look. I think I have a graphic. We can take a look at some of the foods that are associated with different pollens. So, for example, if you have an allergy to grass, kiwi, melons, tomato, orange, and peach could be affected, and all of those or some of those might be triggering a response in you. If you are allergic to birch, apples, pears, peaches, plums, cherries, carrots, celery, almonds, and hazelnuts. And if you are sensitive or allergic to ragweed, it's bananas, melons, cucumbers, zucchini, and then we always throw in the latex allergy because that kind of coincides with a lot of this. Bananas, melons, cucumber, or latex, banana, peach, kiwi, avocado, tomato, potato, and chestnut.
So is the treatment just to avoid these foods?
That's the main treatment. During allergy season, when those pollens are at their height, you want to avoid those foods, but they tend to be in their raw form the worst. Things like melons and nuts, it doesn't seem to matter if you cook them or not, they still are going to be affected. But sometimes you can peel a food, and in some individuals they can peel a cucumber or zucchini and they might be able to eat it. It's something you have to test for yourself. Otherwise, cooking or processing. So raw carrots might not tolerate, but here's a carrot dip that was cooked, or a tomato sauce in a lasagna. Corn might not tolerate, but a corn chip, because it's processed, you might be able to tolerate that. Apples, maybe not, but applesauce. And here I have a peach salsa. Okay. So you kind of have to play with it, but you have to find out for yourself, because some people can tolerate some cooked foods and not, all of them.
So is there a treatment?
Well, the treatment is to avoid the foods.
Okay.
And then, but what you also may want to do is try to help get your allergies under control. And there are some natural things that you can do just to kind of help your body boost the immune system and also reduce the allergy symptoms. So green tea, which I understand you don't really like. Local honey.
Put a lot of honey in it.
Well, I do like honey.
But it's not any honey, but a local honey seems to be more effective. Kefirs, any fermented foods, yogurts, also things like turmeric, ginger, mint, and then
salmon?
Eating more salmon, because the fish oils are actually going to help reduce that inflammation.
All right, Lori, thank you. Got a question for our experts? You can email them at AskTheExpert, today's TMJ4.com. You can also leave a voicemail. The number to call, 967-5